Listen, where's my phone? Oh. Put that bitch on the charger. Alright,
my bad.
Way too much.
I had to wake up a little bit. I
Way
had to wake up. I ain't getting no coffee this morning.
Whose fault is that then? Huh?
The time that went forward because I had to rush here because I forgot about it.
Of course you forget about a podcast.
I didn't forget about the podcast. I forgot that the time went forward, so I lost an hour a little sleep. And then by the time I woke up, I was like, oh damn, about to be late. You know.
All right. Straight.
Should happen. That sounds good.
All right. Welcome back. Got a lot to get into today.
What episode is this?
5, I believe. Episode 5. Got a lot to get into today. We're going to get into our niche. I guess you could say, like, we're going to get into football heavy. It's going to be a very football heavy video. We're going to be talking about the combine. We're going to be talking about the draft order. We're going to see, just give our opinions on, like, who we think is pretty much the best in the draft, free agency. We're going to be talking about it all. So where do you want to start as far as, do you want to go into free agency first, or do you want to go straight into just draft? Like, we're going to go draft analysis.
Whatever. Don't matter to me.
All right, let's do draft. Let's do draft analysis first, like with the combine and everything.
All right.
So I know me and you talked about it, like you had the trench babies.
Mm-hmm.
So who do you think?
My bad.
No, you good. Who do you think is? Well, let's not even do that. You just start and give. You just kind of talk to me about what you've seen throughout that combine, like with them.
I think this draft's really loaded at O-line, man. I mean, you got a lot of dudes that tape-wise look good. I mean, again, I'm not an expert that I know how well they can translate to.
Yeah.
But, like, tape-wise, I feel like this draft class on the O-line's really good. But I guess you just don't have the star people are looking for that's not going number one or whatever. But I think a lot of middle rounds, 2, 3, 4. I think you'll see a lot of O-linemen come to the board.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a few that I took some notes on. First off, Armand Membo, dude came out of pretty much nowhere and like showcased the shit out of his skills. I got some notes right here. He's 6'4", 332 pounds, 33.5-inch arms, 9 3/4 hand. He was second team All SEC in 2024. If you do
my boy did it all. That motherfucker had the research done and everything.
If you do not know who I'm talking about, it's basically the O lineman that like yelled bloody murder the whole time he was running his 40.
I seen that.
Like, but I mean, dude, he ran a 4.91. Now this is very impressive to me. This dude weighed in at 334 pounds, 332 pounds, right?
Yeah.
This dude jumped 34-inch vertical. That's insane for being that big.
No, that actually is pretty insane.
He was a tackle at Missouri. Being 6'4", kind of undersized in the league, I would see him moving the guard. I could see them still testing the theory at tackle, see how he is. My things I took away from him, his footwork is not what it needs to be a tackle in this league, especially when you're going up against people like T.J. Watt, Myles Garrett, etc. I mean, this is speed rushers. I mean, he's athletic. His footwork's very bad. He stumbles under his feet a lot. He's quick to target, but he misses target. If that makes sense.
Okay, that makes sense to me. Yeah.
If he quick sets you, he knows where target is, but like he whiffs it.
He whiffs on it.
So, I mean, but he's big, strong. He is athletic. I mean, I think obviously bench press 225. I think he bench pressed it 32 times. So he's big, strong dude. He's athletic. I think he's gonna be more of a project than what people think. Like I think we'll get into the draft later. I do have him as the first tackle off the board just because he's so athletic wise, but I don't think he's a tackle. I think he's going to be moved into a guard.
Okay, let's just stay on here for a second because I want to pick your brain about this since you know more than me. Would you say a fair comparison? Because the way it sounds to me, and obviously I only know this because we drafted him, but do you think a fair comparison is he's compared to like Trevor Penning?
No.
No, so you think he's
I
definitely
think I
better?
think I think he's better. I think he's way more
He's
athletic.
well. I'm just the only reason I brought that up is because, and obviously for the audience, y'all don't, we know Trevor Penning because we obviously drafted him. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
I
And we
told
follow the
you
Saints, but at the same time though, it's like,
I really don't want to get into Trevor Penning, but I told you that 2 years
well,
ago.
hold on. All I'm trying to say is like with the audience, like we only know Trevor Penning because we drafted him,
Yeah.
but it's because like, bro, he blew up like out of nowhere, and it was at the Senior Bowl, and then everybody was kind of like, okay, this kid, he's a fucking mauler. You know what
Well,
I'm
that's
saying?
what I
So like,
like when we talked about Trevor Penning. When the very first thing when he came out, and I'll be honest, I was not expecting the Saints to draft him at all.
me neither.
But the first thing I looked at him was is they kept talking about he was a tackle. He was a tackle. If he was any type of tackle, and it showed the last 2 years, his left tackle, he's not a protector. He's a right
Yeah,
tackle who's a mauler, can come down a 3 tech and work his way up to a linebacker and
yeah, for sure.
make a hole. Now, I will get to Trevor Penning later, but I think this dude's more athletic than Trevor Penning.
Yeah,
I think Trevor Penning in him. I don't think Armand misses because he's slow out of his sets. I think he more misses because he misses target with his hands.
okay.
Um, I think Trevor Penning is more of a guy when he does get his hands on you, you're kind of screwed because he is strong, but that also leads to a lot of holding penalties because his feet work so bad.
Yeah,
Um, I don't know. I like this dude. I think he's the first tackle off the board. If that's to whoever wants to go, I don't know. The only way I do believe, and I'll get into the next guy, we'll just go straight to it, is Will Campbell. I think the only way Armand is not the first tackle off the board is if we go through 10 picks and nobody picks a tackle and Chicago's up. I think Will Campbell is going to Chicago.
okay.
Um, Will Campbell, uh, I mean, everybody knows the stuff on him. Hell of a player. He measured in at 6'6", 319 pounds. He was All American 2025, 2-time All American SEC. And the only thing I like about Will to me is this dude went into LSU, and it's the same thing with Emory Jones. That's why I like him. He played very young, true freshman.
Yeah,
Went up against in the toughest conference there is. I mean, him and Emory, like the biggest game I'd look at is when they were true freshmen going up against like Will Anderson. So I really like that the maturity fact. I think the dude works hard. Um, like I said, the arm thing they're talking about, and I loved his response on it because when you do watch his tape, he never did get beat because of his arms. His arms measuring at 32 inches. I think he is another guy that will play a little guard tackle-ish.
yeah,
His hands was 9.5. He ran a 4.98 40, 32-inch vertical, 9.5 broad jump. My notes on here is arm size, and he did not bench. And a lot of people are questioning his flexibility because the way his stance is as a tackle. He sits up high. His hips are not really into the ground. I love him. I think he's quick. I think he's fast. I think he's what you're looking for. Now they're talking about is he going to be moving into a guard? But at 6'6", I think he's another person somebody can play with and get him his stance better. Um, we'll see. Another thing a lot of people didn't like is how he didn't bench at the combine. But I mean, bro, this dude's. I mean, he probably did it because he might have never put up a good number, but the dude's freakishly strong. I mean, the dude squatted 680, looked at the camera and winked and said, "Let's do it," and then came up and down. So,
yeah.
um, The arm size thing, I don't see how that's a major factor. The only way I see it is if you do go up against these elite pass rushers and they can just long arm the shit out you. But I've seen him knock hands off, and he's really good at hand fighting. So I don't think that's a major concern to me. I do think if they can get the flexibility down, it shows that it shows that he is flexible enough to get in a 3-point stance because he does sit very high in his stance.
Yeah.
I think Will Campbell in the next 2 to 3 years will be a guard.
You think so?
Just because if people are really concerned about this arm thing, that's the only place he's going to be able to go.
Okay.
Um, I love him. I think he is. If Mimbo doesn't go off the board early to like a Patriots or something like that, I think Chicago drafts him at 10.
At 10.
100%. I think they draft him at 10. Now, my favorite O lineman in this draft, and nobody can say I'm biased about it or nothing because obviously LSU fan, is Tate Ratledge from Georgia. I mean, this dude is huge. He's physical as shit. He measured in at 6'6", and he is a guard.
Yeah.
But all his measurables are almost, I would say, just as identical to Will Campbell or better.
Okay.
So he's 6'6.5". He's 308. He's a first team All American in 2024. His arms are 32 inches and a quarter, so a little bit bigger than Will's. His hands is massive, 10 3/4. I mean 10 3/8. Like that's huge.
That's huge. Yeah, for sure.
So I think that's gonna help him on the inside, just grabbing a hold of people. He ran a 4.97 40. Did a 9.5 broad jump and still jumped 32 inches vertical.
Sub 5 on the 40.
So this dude, the way he tested and the way I watch him on tape, he looks like a NFL guard, just absolute bully. Now, there were some questions about him because he did give up some sacks, but people are trying to figure out that was after he came off that ankle injury that he really didn't sit out for. He just played through. And it was really more of his jump set foot. So I don't know. I don't know if it was him or it was the ankle injury. I love him. I think he's a day 2 guy for sure.
Yeah. And he's out of Georgia, you said?
He's out of Georgia. If anybody wants to look him up, just look up the flying mullet in the combine. This dude's flow is unreal. It's just he's running and it's just moving everywhere.
Okay.
But,
all right.
Maybe that was a little biased. I love the little mullet look, but
okay.
He's a man, bro. I really like him. I hope that the Saints could find a way to get him some type of way. I wouldn't be surprised if he becomes a center later on, just because, like, I've seen him talk, seen him break down film. He knows his shit. He can identify the front very well.
Yeah.
Identify who Mike is. I would not be surprised if later down the road he is a center, but guard that runs a 4.97 with that big of hands.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's really all my ones I really broke down. Like I said, I think the line in this draft's nice. Josh Simmons from Ohio State, Zabel from North Dakota State. I was talking to you about.
Yeah.
Kevin Banks, obviously from Texas, who's a big name.
I like him. I like Kevin Banks.
So I think this draft's gonna be really good. Emory Jones, I think he'll be a guard. I think he's a little too small.
I like Emory too,
but
I think Emory's gonna be fine.
So I think this draft's really good for interior linemen for sure.
Yeah.
It's just what your niche is and what are you looking for, I guess, as a scout, as a coach. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my breakdown of O lineman.
For the O line.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna jump into QB a little bit.
Okay.
First, I'm not gonna jump into Tyler Shaw yet.
Mm-hmm.
I think he did excellent. I really did.
That's the dude from Louisville.
From Louisville, yeah. I think he did some of the best. Like his film is there, but I'm not gonna jump into him yet because I do have a couple of negatives on him. I want to get this out the way. Jalen Milroe,
So he had a
man,
real bad combine.
yeah, they said he had a bad combine, but I'm looking at it, and man, like the kid's a gamer. He's a gamer, bro. And I'm looking at his film, and it's just like, bro, like he really does remind me of a Lamar Jackson in a sense. I think whatever team picks him up, um, he's gonna be a work in progress for sure.
I think most QBs in this draft
are a work in progress for sure. But man, like I tell you what, bro, I think people are just hating on him too much. I really do. I want to get it out the way just now, just because, like, just to say, like, again, I'm not gonna say he had the best combine ever. I'm not even gonna say it. I think it was decent. It wasn't a great combine, but he also has pro day coming up, so he's gonna have his receivers. He's gonna be more comfortable with them.
Yeah, 100%. That's a major factor.
Yeah,
I was talking to somebody about.
Like-
I don't mean to go off topic with you, but I was talking to somebody about Will Howard. They were like, "Oh, he had the worst thing ever." But you went from dudes who's at Ohio State that can move,
yeah,
to
for
now you're
sure,
throwing to possession catch receivers who can't get out of breaks that fast. It's a lot different.
for
It's
sure,
a lot different.
for sure. And again, I'm not gonna harp on him too much. I really just want to get that out the way, man. I think people are just hating way too hard on him. I think he's just
I'm biased towards him because
you're biased. I like his character and I like what he stands for. I like the way his interviews usually go. Like
that's not,
you know what I mean?
I'm biased.
That's how I'm biased.
I'm biased because of the man he is. And what I say by that is, I mean, dude, this dude, I'm sensitive when it comes to this type of stuff. He goes and visits the children's hospitals nonstop. He builds a relationship with them. I was watching one of the videos where he was like legit crying on the field because one of the mom and dads came and had to tell him that like this little girl died, and he like broke down. Like I'm sensitive when it comes to that stuff, and that just shows me the type of man he is.
Yeah,
I mean, I think he's a locker room guy. I believe he's a leader. I like your comparison to him about the Lamar Jackson thing just because of the fact they keep asking him the same thing they asked Lamar. Would you change positions? Would you come be a running back? Blah, 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 blah. Well, do I think he's going to be Lamar?
No, hell no.
I don't know.
Hell no.
I can't say hell no because I don't know.
No, I'm okay. Let's get into it a little bit. I wasn't going to spend too much time on him, but since we're bringing this up, we could talk about him a little bit. He's definitely not going to be a Lamar because he's not shifty enough. He is definitely more of a power, straight downhill runner. If he hits that fucking hole, though, you gonna fucking feel him.
Get on,
and he's going to break away.
Does he get on that?
He's going to break away.
Does he get on that Lamar diet? I mean, Lamar dropped a lot of weight for this year, and look at him.
I mean, but bro, Lamar's always been shifty, though, is what I'm saying. I've never really seen Jalen Milroe, hit the hole and then shake about 2 or 3 defenders and take that bitch.
He reminds me, and
you know what I mean?
People are gonna laugh when I say this, but I just remember of QB counter nonstop. He reminds me of a more athletic Tim Tebow, the way he runs the football.
Really,
dude, just like
I guess QB
counter, just slamming the C gap, and he's following his blockers. He's real patient. He's not afraid to lower his shoulder on a linebacker. He's got that mentality. I don't think he plays with as much emotion as Tim Tebow did.
Yeah.
Because Tim Tebow would get up and yell in your face and all that stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
But I like Milroe. I think
I like him too.
I wouldn't have been opposed. The only thing I would say about Milroe, but he loves Alabama too much, and that's the reason he didn't, he said. I wish he would have went to like a Big 12 school and went and threw up the numbers that he could throw up. Because people don't realize that, man. I don't care what anybody says. Big Ten, yes, y'all are finally starting to get to that point where y'all can say y'all are somewhat equal to SEC. But before that, it wasn't even close.
No.
Like, you had Ohio State, and that's it.
It's still like that, bro.
I don't know. Big Ten, we'll get to that. We'll get to that later. But if he could have went to a Big 12 school, like a Kansas or, I don't know, like an Iowa State or something like that, I think he had a chance to be in the top 10 pick next year because I think he would have absolutely went stupid on them type of defenses.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, for sure. And but I think he also would have put up crazy rushing
Because
yards.
Alabama didn't want him back,
So-
from what I was told.
Alabama didn't want him back.
The fan base hated Milroe a lot this year. But it's tough for
It's
a
crazy.
kid to have, like, you see him with Nick Saban now. Like, the dude loves Nick. He'd
Yeah.
run in front of a train for Nick. I don't know if he had that same thing with DeBoer, So
Yeah.
I think
And
it was
bro,
hard.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think DeBoer is that
No.
great of a coach. I'm gonna be like, it's hard to follow in the footsteps with Nick. But again, we gonna talk about that. We could get into that a little bit later. But like, I just again, I don't want to harp on him too much. I just think the hate is unnecessary coming from him. You know what I mean? But I want to get that out the way. I do want to cover Tyler Shaw.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, he had phenomenal tape.
I remember when you called me when he started doing his combine.
Like,
who is this dude?
Bro, like he had phenomenal tape. But the numbers don't lie. And that's what I'm about to get into.
Mm-hmm.
Over 6 years, he has a 65% completion percentage. It's not that good. It's decent.
Yeah.
You're also in college. So going to the NFL, how are you going to transition? You're a 6-year guy though, so you do have a lot of games played. I believe off the top of my head, I believe he went from Oregon to Texas Tech, then to Louisville. Mm-hmm. So again, he had a great year this year at Louisville. I think he put up like 3,000 yards. He only had 6 interceptions. This is a guy that you can definitely pick up later rounds. I could definitely see.
Is he
like Pittsburgh or something like that?
Is he gonna get drafted?
Oh yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume so.
I don't know enough about him.
Yeah, I would assume for sure he's gonna get drafted. I mean, even if he's a day, let's just say something happens,
like a day 3 guy.
Yeah, he's gonna be a day 3 guy. I would say honestly, he could have a good shot going day 2.
Really?
Yeah, I think Jackson. I think
class is bad, man.
It's not that good. It's not that good, and I think that's why he showed out so much compared to all the rest of them. I think Jackson Dart had a great day too. But I mean that's expected. I mean he's been a guy
would you rank him with the QBs?
Tyler Shaw?
Yeah.
Oh, bro, at the combine, I mean he's
no,
top
but
5,
like if you're thinking about
sure.
Obviously you got Cam Ward, Shador, you got Jalen Jackson.
Okay,
Will Howard.
I'm mainly speaking. I'm saying top 5 with the people that threw.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shador didn't throw. Cam didn't throw.
Yeah.
So like, if you're putting them in there, he might not be top 5. It's probably like top 10, maybe top 15. But
I think he's more than top 15.
Yeah. But like,
he might be top
because
8.
I would have to really look at all the QBs and stuff. If you're like, I think honestly the only ones off my head that didn't throw were Shador and Cam.
Yes. Did Cam even go to the combine at all?
Yeah.
I didn't watch the QB day.
Yeah, nah, he was over there. Bro, I think he just had. They were like making fun of him. I think he just had like a football in his hand the whole time. They were like, "Are you gonna
he
throw?"
Didn't do anything.
No, he didn't do shit.
Well, I mean, when you're pretty much locked in as number 1 pick,
Yeah,
why?
I mean, why? But
why show any flaws you have?
But yeah, I mean, bro, like the tape, the tape was great. I want to see where he gets drafted, and I want to see just like how that transition is. He could be a guy that didn't really, we've seen this multiple times. A guy that is savvy in college. Mm-hmm. He's a savvy vet. Takes in all the knowledge. He transferred a couple times. Stayed the max, and then goes into the NFL, and then you have a good career, decent career. You could you jump around from team to team, go in there when it matters, and it you put on a show. But and that might be the route that he goes. I just again the stats just don't lie to me. So he had really good tape, very good tape. I would say he's top 3 in the combine of the people that threw. I'm not saying he's a top 3 QB.
Yeah, no, I get it.
But I think he was in the group with Riley Leonard. Damn, why? I think I seen Matt Corral, which is
Actually,
crazy.
I did see Matt Corral. I think he did go back to the combine.
Yeah.
I think they said he threw a lot for the receiver day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Um, yeah, but like Tyler Shaw, Riley Leonard, Matt Corral was in there, and then I forgot. Kyle McCord.
Okay.
Kyle McCord and Riley Leonard did like decent. That was like the main group that I've watched, but they did decent. But yeah, man, like Tyler Shaw, he had a great day. They were even talking about him like afterwards on like the post show and stuff like that. They were like, bro, like he really did put on a show. I mean, his deep balls were pause. The deep ball that he threw, bro, was crazy. Like I'm not even gonna lie, like bro, he can sling it, bro. He's got an arm on him for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, we're gonna have to see about him. The last guy that I want to talk about, man, who do I want to go after? I'm gonna go with more in depth. I'm between like right now. I'm trying to think like Matthew Golden or if I should talk about Luther Burden.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna go with Luther Burden a little bit. Man, I'm so mixed with him. I don't know how you feel about him, but I'm so mixed with him.
And again, everybody, you're gonna make more headlines because of negativity than you are to positivity.
Yeah.
I did hear that, and again, this is not from me, that he is a big like crybaby.
He's a little bit of a diva.
Yeah, he's a little bit of a diva. I like what he did at Missouri. I really like talking about QBs. Missouri. Yeah. I do like Brady Cook. I think he could sling.
You like Brady Cook?
I think he can sling a little bit, man.
Okay.
I mean, the comeback.
That's the first person I heard say he like Brady Cook.
I remember when dude, oh my gosh, I wish I could remember. I remember watching the game live where he went out, went to the hospital, came back, and then won the game for him.
Oh, that was the Auburn game,
dude. That was insane. Like that's just like
that was
again, I'm big when it comes to that.
Because I think you bet them, and I had Auburn, and of course Auburn. Only fucking Auburn can fuck that up. But yeah, man. Like just going into him a little bit. I mean, bro, these are just the notes that I have kind of written down. Like I have no idea how he's going to transition to the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
And the main reason I'd say that is, man coverage, man. Like separation is key in the NFL.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's even key in college, but you can get away with it a little bit more in college. Yeah. But man, when you go against these elite cornerbacks in the NFL, and you're projected as that top wide receiver, I just don't see on the film. I don't see him separating like some of these guys. Like he's not like a Malik Neighbors separation or Brian Thomas. Obviously, I'm speaking LSU, but like even like what's your boy from Chicago? I can't think of his name, man.
Dunze?
No, older guy, vet.
Keenan
Allen. Like Keenan Allen has great separation. He can beat you off the line. He can get 2 or 3 yards away from you. He hits that fucking cut. Ball's in his hand. You're done. I don't really see that with him in his tape. Now he had a great 40 time. For him.
What did he run?
I believe he ran like a 4.4, 4.42 or something like that. Which I think they were kind of like iffy with him with the 40, and that was like big. So like when he ran that, you could see like he was a little like excited. Like he looked up at the time and he was like, yeah, like fucking right. But yeah, man, like he also had a significant drop off from 2023 to 2024. Now, is that due to? I mean, that could be multiple things. They could have bracketed him.
Yeah.
They could. He's the number 1 wide receiver on Missouri for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So they could have had bracket coverage on him. They could have played a too high safety look. You cheat a little bit over to his side. He's very good in open space. But again, I just going to the NFL, he's going to be the biggest question mark with me because he's going to go first round. At least that's what people are projecting.
Yeah.
Now he could drop off. We obviously don't know that shit, but like I just don't. I don't know how he's gonna transition. Or I just don't. And he's the biggest what
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 if?
if? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I
That's what a
just
lot of people saying. Like going back to O-line, a lot of people saying about Campbell.
yeah. Like but see like I think that's crazy. I think that's
They like
crazy.
that. They like that arm size, man.
I don't know, bro. See. I
Which
think
I don't think is
I don't think it's a
because
big deal either.
no. I think it's whatever. Like if that's what
I
they're
mean, like you
looking
said,
at.
if you get long arms, you know,
And
I guess, but like,
you got
I don't
guys that
know,
are the
bro.
biggest in the league, and I know I shouldn't be talking about him because of the two tackles he plays, but he's not as elite with them. But like Mekhi Betton from the Eagles, like this dude came
Yeah,
out as a first top 5 pick with the Jets because of how long he was, and he struggled at tackle.
yeah,
I mean, he goes to the Eagles this year, and granted, I know he's not better than Lane Johnson. He's not better than Jordan. Mateo, Montalon, whatever.
yeah,
But I mean, you put him inside, he was a lot more elite. So we'll see. I don't think I'm not writing well off. That's for sure.
shit,
I'm not
I
writing
wouldn't.
well off
If I
at
was a
all.
GM, I wouldn't.
Yeah, I think he has a lot of upside. I think his work ethic's unreal.
Yeah,
But yeah, another thing I want to talk about with this, and I know you touched on a lot of people with it with the running back because you're familiar with it. I think this running back class is really good.
oh, it's
The
deep,
two
bro.
the two Ohio State guys, obviously Genty,
Henderson and then Judkins.
Judkins.
Yeah,
You got Genty, like I said. You got, I mean, everybody. Ollie Gordon. They talking about the world's the fall off was crazy for him, but I
yeah.
mean, I think he's still an elite back. I mean,
You got Rocket Sanders
yeah,
out of
Montrell.
Montreal.
I think
We could touch on him a little bit. I think he had. I mean,
he had a
the
really
ba-
good
the
combine.
bag drills. I seen a couple. He kind of slipped up a little bit, but as far as like the 40, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, I think he kind of put a couple people. I mean, he was in the top 5.
yeah, he was.
40 times. I think he was right at 5. But like, bro, I mean, you weren't run a
Yeah,
what he ran. I think he ran like a 4.4.
He ran something 4.4. I don't know
4.4.
four
Yeah.
four what, but
But I mean, come on, bro. I mean, he's in my opinion known kind of for like just a power back.
yeah, but he's elusive, man.
Yeah, like
I mean, there's a lot of he reminds me of like an actual all around back. I mean, the first highlight that gets to my head is when he's running against Tennessee and it's a safety 1-on-1, and normally you could say he's more of a like set the tone type of guy
yeah,
because I do believe when he was 1-on-1 with that safety, he could have kind of made a mess and take it off for 40 yards, but he was like, I need to set the tone. He lowered his shoulder, ran him over, and got 4 extra yards.
yeah,
But like I just think he's a tone setter, and that's what you need.
yeah.
But we'll see. I do love the running back class. I do think the Saints somewhere are going to try to finally get a running back.
Yeah, it's deep, bro. I mean, they got
So
a good couple ones that
yeah,
are up there. You got Samson out of Tennessee.
Samson, who's a dog.
I think he and see.
I don't even know how
We're
to
talking
name
about
him.
we're talking about gamers. I think he's a gamer.
Gamer, 100%.
Like you know what I mean. And he's a little bit. I don't want to say small. I mean, he's bulked up, but like smaller compared to like just like a power back, traditional power back. But like I think Samson is gonna do really good. I'm interested to see where he goes. I don't know. I don't think he's gonna be a day one guy or anything like that.
I think a lot. It sucks to see the fall off with how the running backs were drafted. Like it used to be like you used to see a bunch of them in the first round back in the day, and now it's just kind of like. But now it's a passing league. It's not I formation, run the ball down your throat no more. So the game changed a lot from the running back aspect. You have to make sure you can able to catch the ball at the backfield and do something in space. So I do like the running back class. I think O-line and running backs is really good class. We'll see. I mean, we'll see how the draft lines up. I think day 2 you'll see a lot of running backs get off the board. I think a bunch of them guys we just named will be getting taken. I also think day 3, fourth, 5th round they'll be fast off the board.
Yeah. All right. So we got done all like the prospects and stuff that we were going to talk about. Now we about to get into how we think the draft might go. a little
We're
bit.
gonna do this though, like
Yeah.
via no trades, like
Yeah,
just
'cause
if nobody traded,
we're
because
not gonna know.
obviously that's
Yeah, that's
different.
just
You
so up
never
in the
know.
air. You go first though. Do you have like in the top 10? Because I have a couple
Yeah,
things that I think might
I
happen.
think I
But
know. I think I
okay,
know. Tennessee's first. I think they're going Cam Ward. I mean, he's
and see, I don't know. I don't know. See, that's
I
where I
don't.
disagree with you because
If they don't go Cam Ward, they're trading back.
you think they're trading back. So you
Mhm.
don't think they're gonna draft Travis Hunter?
Mm-mm.
The GM saying if they got a generational talent, they might pick him up. You don't think they're gonna do that?
No, I think they go in QB or they trade him back. Which I did hear a lot of the Giants pushing forward, maybe going number one to get Ward.
Okay.
I don't know, but if I'm not doing trades, I think Cam Ward goes one.
Okay.
Then Cleveland picks second. Everything that's going on with Myles Garrett, I think that's either
That's a lock. Yeah.
I think it's either a plus for Myles Garrett to be shown like, hey, we're bringing somebody in to help you. You can run up the stat sheet a little more,
Yeah.
or it's like, well, if he leaves, we got somebody to replace, and that's Abdul Carter from
Yeah.
Penn State. I think that's the biggest lock for me. I do not see them going QB, especially with this draft. I could see them maybe trading later into the draft, like if they really like
Yeah.
somebody. But I don't think they go at number two. Number three is Patriots. I think this is where number three is Giants.
Giants. Yeah.
I think this is where Travis Hunter goes if they do not trade, because there's been a lot of talks. Now, obviously, this is before we're doing this before free agency.
Yeah.
I think the Giants go after a veteran, and that's either like a Sam Darnold. I think he stays in Minnesota, but still, I think like a Sam Darnold maybe, or maybe an Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Something like that. I think that it's if they do not trade up to number one to go get Cam Ward, at number three they pick Travis.
Yeah.
Just like you said, generational athlete. Him and Malik is gonna be, I think, nasty.
Yeah, it would be kind of crazy actually.
So
Especially if he's on wide, like if they do
yeah.
let him play both sides of the ball like he
I
wants
think
to.
he's gonna play more receiver than he does corner.
Think so.
Mm-hmm. I do. I think
Okay.
he's too elite with the ball in his hands to not get him the ball.
Okay. I can agree with that a little bit.
Number 4 is a toss-up for me for the Patriots. I think they go.
Is it the Patriots?
Yeah, 4 is Patriots.
Well, no, it's Raiders.
No, that's what I'm saying. You're probably looking at.
Oh yeah, number
traded.
6. Okay.
Yeah, 4 is Patriots.
4 is Patriots. Yeah, you are
And
right.
I think they're gonna go with a. It's up between them two tackles, Ahmad or Will Campbell, and I think they go Ahmad from Missouri at number 4, and then number 5 is then Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Jacksonville is either going, in my opinion, Will Johnson from Michigan or Mason Graham. From right here, what I'm looking is what I believe. I think they go Mason Graham.
Okay.
Number 6 is the Raiders. I think they go Genty. They just got Geno.
That doesn't make sense.
I think they go Genty.
Do you think he's the best running back in this class? I mean, I know you didn't really watch the running back.
Yes.
The group, but
I think
you think he's the best?
I think he is. I think he's the best. I think Raiders go him. I think number 7, who's been climbing a lot of boards, and as of now, it's the Jets. Again, this all can change.
Yeah.
Number 7 is going to be Shamir Stewart from A&M.
Okay.
The edge rusher. Number 8 is, I believe, Carolina.
Carolina, yeah.
This is where I think Will Johnson goes. The Carolina. I know they need some D tackle and DN help. I think we just talked about the DN. The DNs and the edge rushers are so like thick in this draft. Like, there's so many of them. I think they go Will Johnson, best player available. That's where they're going. Number 9. And everybody's gonna be like, "Oh, well, you're a Saints fan." So you think I think he's gonna drop because of all the veteran moves these top people are gonna make, and
Yeah.
I believe the Saints are gonna pick Shador Sanders. And if they don't pick Shador Sanders, it's gonna be McMillan. But I believe they go after Shador Sanders.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I think it's just I'm done with Derek Carr. Let's get it straight. I think no matter the reconstruction and all that's bullshit, I don't care. He needs to go.
Yeah.
And I think if Shador falls to him at 9, I could see after June 1st, like we talked about in the last couple podcasts, they're gonna do something with Derek Carr. Get him out of here.
Yeah.
Number 10, if Chicago stays the same, I think that's where Will Campbell goes.
Okay. You think that he's gonna go to Chicago?
Mm-hmm. Now the people.
Now he's also projected to go to the Patriots. So is it?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's gonna be between, I think 4 and 10 are where your tackles are going.
Okay.
Now, and I think it's between Amon, Missouri tackle, and Will Campbell. So we'll see. But I think those are my 2 tackle spots that are going. I think there's so many. Besides QB, I really like this draft class, and I think there's going to be so many different trades in the top 10.
Yeah.
But this is just, like, I think Dallas might trade in the top 10.
Yeah.
I think they were saying with Joe Thuney now going to Chicago, they were talking about the Chiefs trading the top 10 and going to get a big-time O-lineman.
Yeah.
Thuney, my bad. And then, so I think there'll be a lot of trades in this draft. I wouldn't be surprised if Shamir Stewart is still there for the Saints and they go after him because there's another edge rusher. You need an edge rusher. Cam's getting old. I think Chase Young's leaving. Peyton Turner's,
Peyton Turner.
So I think I wouldn't be surprised if they go the end as well. Saints need a lot. It's to me, Saints are going playmaker or edge, but I do think maybe if Shador's there, it could happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my top 10. So
okay. I'm not gonna harp on it too much. I kind of agree with everything that you say. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna give what I think could happen, what might happen, and just give a couple key differences. I'm different with you on the Titans. Only because, like I said, from what I did hear, again, we don't know for sure. They could be blowing smoke up the ass. We know how it goes. I just don't know. I think they're gonna get a little FOMO. You know what I'm saying? With Travis Hunter. I think they're gonna kind of look at it like, okay, well, we have Will Levis here. Do we give him another shot? Now, I don't think he should get another shot.
Especially with how bad this QB class is.
Exactly.
And look, everybody's saying this QB class is bad. This QB class might be the best ever. Like, the time will tell.
Maybe.
But I don't know. We'll see.
But yeah, so I just think, I think that could be a toss-up between Cam and Travis. The other one that I'm kind of looking at, man, I just going to the Saints, just skipping to the Saints a little bit. I think they're gonna pull the Saints move. Be honest with you, bro.
Move back and get more draft picks.
Either move back or I think they're just gonna pull this. They're gonna be the fucking Saints, and they're gonna pick up somebody that we're not even thinking about, and we're not gonna know. I could definitely see them pulling some bullshit.
I think Kellen Moore is not gonna let that happen. Kellen Moore is not gonna let that
happen. I have no idea what is gonna happen. I really don't. The last couple drafts have been pitiful.
Yeah.
With them, it's hopefully it's not, but they could pull a move. I think cornerback. I seen that they had a cornerback projected to go to him as well. I think it's just a toss up with them. They're way too,
Yeah.
in and out with a lot of shit. I just don't know. I could see them pulling some bullshit, if I'm being honest with you.
And after free agency, you're gonna know, like at that point, because what teams add and what teams went with in free agency,
Yeah.
then you're gonna know what they're gonna target more in the draft.
Yeah, for sure. And that's why we're just giving our like what we think might happen or what we think could happen. You know, we're looking at the consensus right now. You had a couple players that aren't even that you put in the top 10 that are projected to get traded back.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So
that's what I'm
we
saying.
don't know
This
exactly
was
what will.
non-trades.
Yeah, for sure. We don't know exactly what will happen, but you know, you never know. You could get this motherfucker perfectly right.
Good. Got it.
It'd be cool. But do you want to talk about free agency now? Go straight into that.
Yeah.
All right.
This one's rapid fire.
Yeah.
There's no. I don't want to hear your description on why. I just want to know where they're going and move on to the next guy.
Great.
You ready?
We could do that. Yep.
Number 1, Aaron Rodgers.
New York.
Which one?
Obviously not the Jets.
Cooper Kupp.
Jacksonville.
Devontae Adams.
Saints.
Joey Bosa.
San Francisco.
Evan Ingram.
Raiders.
So he's teaming up with Brock Bowers?
Yes. I think they need a second. I think they're gonna keep on Brock Bowers, but
Darius Slay.
Detroit.
Chris Godwin.
I'm looking. Pittsburgh.
I like that a lot. Sam Darnold. He can't go back.
I think with what Raiders did, I think he will go back. Minnesota.
Justin Fields. I think he goes back.
I have no idea. You think so? All right. Well, let's just say Steelers. We'll say Steelers.
All right. That's it.
Okay. Well, now we can the rapid fires out the way. Where do you think Justin Fields is going to go?
I think he's returning back to the Steelers.
What about Sam Darnold?
I think he's going back to Minnesota. I don't think they're going to let him go.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the cap right now, bro. I mean, you got New England at 1.
You said Commanders for Chris Godwin. I'm glad you changed it because they just got Debo. So that'd be hard.
Yeah.
And they got Terry, Debo, and Chris Godwin. I mean, good Lord.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. I'm just looking at the cap space, though. That's why I kind of said it like that because you got the Patriots at 117. Chris Godwin could probably go to the Patriots, too.
Well, no, they're going to go after somebody.
Like, Chargers at 83. Arizona's at 74. Commanders at 73. Minnesota's at 60. You got the Steelers at 60. Seattle at 59. Jacksonville at 53. Like, got a couple teams with a lot of space, bro. I don't know how. I don't even know where they're. Main guy I'm questioning is like where Sam Darnold. Like how? What
I
is
think he
gonna happen with
returns.
that?
I think he returns to Minnesota.
So you got JJ, man. You think they're gonna put him in a back seat or something like that?
They might.
Might have a little bit of a big head now, bro. It might be like, shit, I got you 13 wins. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, are we? Who knows though?
All right, well that's it for episode 5. We appreciate you watching. Keep follow, subscribe on all platforms. We do have some merch coming out for the boys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we'll have a little link coming up soon. Show y'all some pictures, some details, what we got cooking.
Yeah, put a little screenshot.
Yeah, a little something. So y'all be on the lookout for that. But we appreciate y'all. Thank you. Love you. We out.
See you later. Yes, sir.